I understand living on a prayer. I'm living on a prayer. I'm living on a prayer. What's that in my head, Chris? I'm living on a prayer.
We're living on a dream right now because we have Jon Bon Jovi joining us, but he is just, in some ways, just like me, because he's nothing more than a Notre Dame dad now. We've got Jesse Bon Jovi here on the Notre Dame football team. John, how are you? Chris Collinsworth, Digger Phelps.
Hi guys, it's great to speak with you. I'm floating on the clouds, man. You know, I get to walk on that campus as a proud pop. What's better than that?
It's so cool. Talk about the day. I think I actually saw you on the sideline of a New York Giants game when you and Jesse were coming here for a recruiting trip and to see just how well you liked it. And take us to that moment, though, when, as a family, you knew that Jesse was going to be coming to Notre Dame.
We had to wait because the letter showed up on that day from the mailman, and you're dying to tear it open because, as you know, as a pop, you get accepted and you get rejected, and he was our second child to go through this process. And that day, I wanted to steam that thing open and then tape it shut again, but my wife, of course, wouldn't let me touch it. Anyhow, I sobbed because that was it was our hope was Notre Dame, and just all the history, and he worked so hard academically and did the best he could on the field to get this shot to even be a walk-on. But, the history is so rich, and we just know what it's done for him and for our family.
When you look at this whole process, and let's go back, because I've seen you on the sidelines before games talking to some guy named David Robinson, who's about 6'10", whose son Corey's a great receiver. Now, do you pick his brain about slam dunks, or does he pick your brain about music?
I remember seeing him way back on the Dream Team 20-plus years ago. But, I've been fortunate enough, like with Chris, to get to know David as well. In fact, I saw him last weekend at the spring game, and we were at my son's apartment, So Chris can relate to this. In fact, his younger son was there, too. But we were all sitting there, and David, he's a gentleman's gentleman, and the Admiral, we're speaking on different level now, because when he used to come to Bon Jovi shows 20 years ago, he was coming as a rock and roll fan that played basketball. And now we're, again, like I say, we're sitting there just talking about how dirty our kids' apartments are and how hard they have to work every week.
Well, Jack told me that you popped up at one point and made everybody cheeseburgers, so you're just like the rest of us.
That's right. I was cooking Jack cheeseburgers just last Saturday, as a matter of fact. Yes, I was. And, it was great. It was just great to be around the guys. It's early to see what the team is going to be, but we've got some depth, and there sure is going to be a competition at quarterback. And, fingers crossed we just get last year behind us and everything works out.
How's Jesse doing? I know he went through the knee injury. How's he feeling now?
He's good. I think he's 100%. That was tough. You got that call from Chad Klunder, and it wasn't a happy phone call I heard, and I thought, oh, what is it? And he said the ACL was shot. So it was a long year, but that's okay. It was more time in the team, with the team, for him to develop as a player on that level, to study film, to get ready for even the opportunity to practice with that football team. So it's okay, but he's 100% now. Thanks, Chris. He's good.
What do you look for when, let's say, football's over, and here you are as a proud dad, knowing you got a son at Notre Dame, and at the same time, it's the Notre Dame network around the world once you leave here, and making change and putting people in the right position in the game of life that can't have the same opportunities. What do you look for in his life after Notre Dame football, as well as once he gets his degree from here?
Much more important that he comes out of there with the diploma. As a matter of fact, and in truth, I mean, he's lucky to be there. And all we really care about is the academics and then the experience. Because in truth, when he walks into a job interview and says, I graduated from the University of Notre Dame, people are going to stand up and take notes. And he's working very hard on his academics, and I know how grueling a schedule that is. And so for us, that's the most important aspect of this whole experience, is that he's going to come out of there not only with the history, but with the diploma.
Well, I understand that I thought I had the bug pretty bad until I heard that at one of your latest concerts, there was a leprechaun on your guitar. Any truth to that?
Oh yeah, I bought one of those great little chrome. Now you got to understand, Chris. This same guitar, this guitar is so precious to me. It's the only one that I play in any show ever since 23 years now, and it's treated like gold. I mean, if I pass, God forbid, that's going to be the one in the case. And it has now the leprechaun on it, and no one would ever think of touching it. It's not interchangeable. That's there now for the rest of the days.
Well, it's so great to have you as part of our family. I joined Digger's family. You joined our family now, and we are very, very proud to have Dorothea and all you guys as a part of the Notre Dame family.
Thank you, my brother. All right, man. Well, it was great, and I'm really, really happy to have spoken to you guys and proud to be a part of the Irish. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jon.